live and direct. Go follow me at where? King Earner official page on Instagram. That's KINGEARNER official page. OFFICIAL page. Get there ASAP and take a look around and look at the honor that's being restored. I wanted to speak tonight because I see so many people have a word in edgewise on people that I consider honorable men. When I say honorable men, I'm talking about men who stood sturdy all the way around the board. And even when the government pointed the finger at them and said they were guilty, they stood in trial with manners, respect, and class, and they, took it on the chin. At the end of the day, you have to respect men like that, men that do not consider ever holding others accountable for their wrongdoings as per se by others who point the finger at them. When I think of AR-AB, I think of him in a different light. I think of him in an honorable light. I think of AR-AB as an individual who is definitely a leader. And when I say a leader, he's strong in all aspects of leadership and can read and write beautifully, very respectful. If you've seen him outside of entertainment, you would love to be around him. But I think what happened is a lot of people have different expectations out of different individuals. And a lot of times, Ab put a lot of his expectations into individuals who really didn't have his best interest. Meaning that if I'm the individual who takes time and take money from my music, from my entertainment, and make sure everyone is okay, then everyone should be able to uphold my honor in the same way that goes outside of entertainment. I'm one of the brothers that AR-AB always said, hey, anything that has to do with OBH or you jumping in the entertainment business and taking your camera and getting around the world, man, my name can be used. And I always loved and honored that. But I always made sure I stood on my own 2 feet. Meaning I never attached myself to the things that he was offering. You know why? Because I know who I am as a man. And many have taken that opportunity and say, hey, I am an OBH member. And many have missed the fact that an OBH member consisted of them rapping about the block, about the streets. And we know AR-AB, he's no angel, meaning that he's been convicted and went to prison before for crimes. And he's also been not guilty on a lot of crimes also. I believe he's not guilty on this case here. I believe he's victim of helping out the world. And when you help out the world and you say, I want this to be a group that goes far, well, you're going to create a circle of honor. You see that word right there, circle of honor, where no kittens aren't allowed. And what ends up happening is a lot of people aren't going to understand the entertainment part. Now, I can tell you firsthand how many times Fat Boy, right before he actually turns the camera on and he says, we're about to perform, we're about to entertain. And when he says that, he would cut the camera on, he would say and do things that we all had understanding that it was entertainment. But hold on for 1 second. More than anything, the government, the court systems, they all had understanding it was only entertainment. That's why by the court of law, they wasn't allowed to speak about entertainment. So when you hear these youngins that's making this culture music, that's speaking on things that have to do with some would call negative, understand, young men, that they're not, I repeat, allowing that to go on in court. So you got guys like AKADEMIKS, he'll speak and he'll say different things, but he's not from the street. If you look at a lot of these individuals, you have to say to yourself, why is it that King Earn is the only YouTuber that you see outside of the camera actually on the streets? Now, I wouldn't say that that's a cool thing or a thorough thing, or you see me in the mix, but for so many years of King Earn and Snatch and Honor, there's always a whisper here and there's always a whisper there. So what King Earn wanted to always do is make himself available for the world, his community and others' community, to be able to say, damn, let me deal with this man one-on-one and see what kind of individual. And the street's gonna always tell you, King Earn is definitely very respectful, very honorable, and he's gonna come with a smile. And even if you're coming with negativity, his smile is still intact. And I'm gonna react the way you react. But I love to react first because I'm not looking for trouble. All I'm looking for is a little love because I am indeed the one who restored the honor. Now, AKADEMIKS has built millions and millions of dollars through the talent that he has given you individuals with different artists across the world. You see him always entertaining and making sure that artists get their just due, especially if they are a brand new artist. But you see how that artist that he bring forth, who was Dark Low, how he performed and how he carried on. But he didn't understand the entertainment part, and he wanted to go a little far and be a little entertaining for the government. And it got him something. It got him time that he didn't even have to involve himself in. See, when we are understanding the streets and the rules and laws of honor, we understand if you're not a part of the street, stay away from it. We understand that when you get caught and you get jammed up, you have nothing to say. Your lawyer can speak on anything that needs to be spoken on. But individuals always want to perform. See, me, King Earn, the way I carry it is, I know my position in life. And my position is never to be the forerunner, never to be the guy that's on front line that's going to put himself in a jam that makes others say, well, golly, he is a follower. Now, let me give you this understanding. When you look at a skinny me, you look at a leader, you look at an individual that never denounced anything other than what he was doing. He never talked bad about his brothers. He never talked bad about anyone. He wasn't a subversive type of young man. He wasn't an individual that talked bad about his friends, even if it was his friend today or his friend tomorrow. The same about AKADEMIKS and how he carried it. But what you get is individuals such as myself in a young mindset, and people don't start getting a real understanding of their platform. They don't understand the strength that they have because everybody is trying to be the cool guy. But they don't understand what they're doing is embarrassing themselves for a crowd of people who just are here for entertainment. And when you look at things in a mindset of getting an understanding, you'll know that a lot of our people are figuring out a way how to turn down the talent on one another based off of what? Based off of dishonor, based off of what entertainment they can put that is negative about their brothers. See, my platform is serious when it comes to snatch and honor. I mean it wholeheartedly. No matter if sometimes you guys give off a joke or so, I mean it. But I'm careful with the authentic understanding of my platform and that I gotta be on my P's and Q's. And if I snatch honor correctly, I gotta stand on it. When I don't snatch honor correctly, I got to come back and I got to refute any negative thing I have ever said about anyone who doesn't have honor. I am not allowing my platform to talk down on my brothers. But more than anything, let me give you this understanding here. I'm not allowing myself to be presented as an ass bucket. I don't mind being the joke or the laugh when it comes down to somebody's honor being thrown to the moon, because at the end of the day, it gives the youngest to understand and listen, the game is always over. You get yourself caught up in the game, you're going to get tagged out early. Somehow, some way, and it's going to be based under principles that's not supposed to be a part of the game. And you're going to have individuals who's going to sit up there and try to figure out how they put you in a position of jail through the social media. And an individual like myself has always been careful to the T that I don't allow myself or my brothers to be put in a prison cell based off of lies that other individuals bring forth. Now listen, if we're going to carry it with some honor, let's carry it in the purest form. And the purest form is getting understanding that we are no guinea pigs. I am not doing the government's job against no one. Bottom line, it could be an enemy of mine on here. I'm not looking forward to lock them up. I'm not looking forward to take their entertainment and put it in the hands of the people where it's like, I made it seem like this is that and this is this. And I hope individuals go ahead and slide up on that. Hey, I'm doing a video. What's going on? Hello? Yeah. Let me call you back real quick, buddy. All right? I'm not going to be in a position that I have individuals looking at me like I'm an ass bucket. Yeah, y'all seen the rants. Y'all seen the snatching. But King Erna is a 45-year-old man. And King Erna has to make sure that whatever comes from this platform has substance. And who would I be if I antagonize the silent men? Who would I be if I antagonize the silent men? Who would I be if I backed up what any of these guys say that put our people in a position that make us look horrible or bad? When you talk about an ARAB, you talk about a father and a husband. When you talk about a skinny, you talk about a son and an honorable brother. You see? So you get understanding that you don't carry it in a mindset that people going kind of look at you, them, and others that are under the same regime, the same understanding they're trying to push forth to get out of poverty on something that they lived before and putting it out verbally now, without individuals saying that person and what they're saying is the truth. Entertainment can never be the truth. And let me give you one more understanding. These brothers still are on trial. These brothers having pills. And when these brothers have a pills in, when you get individuals that you think are from the streets that get on these platforms and speak like this, you have total understanding that these individuals don't have an understanding of real life. So you should never go to their platforms to get the real life. You have to come to a circle of honor to get some understanding. Because I'm going to tell you how to stand on it live and direct. Now, I know you guys honor platforms of everybody speaking, from a Charleston White to a goddamn AKADEMIKS. But I want y'all to have one understanding, that I am no way in shape or form like any of these kittens. And I'm available because you know, if you're from the streets, you've seen me live and direct available. But you'll never see these guys available, and they still haven't reached the honor no way, shape, and form of street credibility like a king earner. They can talk it, they can try to walk it, but they will never do it outside of this camera unless they're in an element where they are safe. You can't give the honor if you're not giving it and you're in an unsafe position. Because the poverty, the blocks, the street, the concrete is always unsafe amongst us. You know why? Because at the end of the day, if someone else can die there, you too can die there. Don't you ever forget that. You have to be ready. Young men who don't have your license to carry, I suggest you don't wear a pistol. And it's going to sound crazy. You're going to say, King Erna, they're killing out here. But guess what? You're not going to have your rights to have a pistol and you're damn near 21. Make sure you carry that with honor. Make sure you carry that in a respectful position, because if you don't, you will be another victim. And there will be many victims. And guess what? You play the victim, you will get victimized. If you carry with honor, you won't. Those two men that everybody is talking negative about and saying negative things, they are very close brothers. And guess what? They're doing their time with a smile on their face. And I'm not here to talk about anything negative and glorifying it. So I don't want to ever be an individual on these platforms downing other individuals who lost their lives. And I'm not here to antagonize or big up anything negative to those who didn't lose their lives. I'm here to make sure that my brothers are represented in the correct way. Because about a year or two ago, everybody wanted to come to social media and speak on AR ad for the view or the like. And they wanted to know where King Erna was at. King Erna will never, ever sell his honor based off of you guys trying to use any type of entertaining or any type of career that AR ad built legally in a negative fashion. I will never be a part of it. My honor is intact. And guess what? It's going to continue to be intact. And I'm going to tell all the youngins, spit your music. Yeah, you don't got to identify things in your music that goes against anything that'll put you in a bad position. But you know the concrete understanding of it. And you're allowed to give that raw, live, and direct. And that's their law. Entertain, young man, entertain. In these times, you don't have to entertain to the fact of the position of you going as far as the AR ad to go explain how your community is. You know why you don't have to? Because now all you gotta do is sing, have a little tight set on, and a pistol in your hand and a dress on, and you're gonna get that attention. But if AR ad talk about Tone Black and the things that Tone Black done in his past and how he passed and how it was sad, it's wrong when it's never wrong. You have to have understanding. There's a young man somewhere, some now, that got understanding from AR Ab's music and says, I don't want to choose that life because I got to understand it. And Fat Boy made sure he gave it to us live and direct, and he's not in jail for his music. I just want to say much love and honor to him and his family and the people that are behind him, because we don't have to make a video to be behind him. We are behind him sturdy 100,000%, the same way we are behind Skinny 100,000%. See, some people look for money and say, oh, where's the money? Where is this? Don't y'all understand, blessings? Don't y'all understand we are Muslims? The du'as we put is more than a $5,000 whatever commissary or tuna that you can ever give. And never forget that. I went to jail all my life and I never looked for and asked for other individuals' help. I stood sturdy. I've done more for anybody in prison than I ever been done when I was in prison. And I still never, ever, ever look for anything back. It's called honor in its purest form. Keep the positivity. I'm still snatching honor and I'm not letting up. I just don't want it to be cartoonish. We got to make sure it's live and direct. And I'm still putting a circle of honor together. Anybody want to help out and support that's really solid and want to hear the honorable understanding of what King Erna had to say in Leak Moss with this circle of honor triangle trust? Hit me in my DM. I'll tell you how to support me, because everybody needs some type of help. We just not asking for it. We're telling you, if you want to support, come on, because it's going to be one of the biggest podcasts around, and our segments are being done right now as we speak before the podcast even come out. King Erna, live and direct. If we can't carry it with class, we can't carry it at all. Class. If you can't carry it with class, I got a little tumbled. If you can't carry it with class, you can't carry it at all. Because class, do you know what class is? It's how your mother and your father groomed you, how to dress, how your nails look on social media. You see this, I'm clean, my eye boogies are not there. You don't have me in my home with my clothes and pictures on the wall and, me trying to be down. I'm coming to you, giving you the understanding of what stop recycling crime is. And if you got some understanding, you know that my no honor and snitching has nothing to do with the no snitch code that people give the civilians. It has to do with these RISACs, these guys that create the crime or that's involved with the crime that turn around and is allowed to get the smack on the wrist. And guess what ends up happening? They get no understanding that they didn't do day for day, so they didn't miss their loved ones. And they come back out here and they point the finger, and point the finger. Stop pointing the finger and put some real work in. Listen, put some work in. Sari, see what I'm saying? Rats, you see? Sari jumps all in my conversation. This is a dishonor here. Sari, your honor is snatched. Academics, you floating on thin ice with your whole understanding of what you think the streets is when you have no understanding, my brother. You could never walk on these grounds. That's why your podcast could never have that strength of giving substance. Be the guy that's, do that, man. King Erna, live and direct. Hey, yo, before I go get that Concrete series by Leak Moss. Go check out Leak last 3 honorable albums and look what he's been doing. And look at the success. He can post on Instagram today and don't post on it tomorrow. And those same supporters are going to be there. You know why? That next album he got coming going to bust the doors wide open.